Today I'm going to do a video on this Sefaspe. It's a little stick welder, and I have not opened the box yet, and I'm really late on this because they sent this to me a while back and I've been putting it off and putting it off. But I'm going to open the box and dump out what's in there, and let's have a look and see what this little thing can do. Got plastic foam ends on it, and of course a little bag of do not eat. Let's see what else they got in here. Here's your 110 and 220 converter, or adapter, not converter. The converter is inside the machine. This is an adapter. So this thing, it just doesn't weigh nothing. What else is in here? Looks like you get a little mask as well. They give me some rods to try out, 6010s, and I'll take a peek in this book before I go much farther. There's a little flexible hood there. Where's the lens for that? Did they give me a lens? Yeah, it's in here. And a little brush, a little wire brush. Here's the lens you can stick in there. That's for a little handheld deal. You snap this together and you got a little handheld shield there that you can, looks like this will fold down and snap. It took me a while to get this handle plugged in here. The bottom hook on it, I just pulled that off. It wasn't going to go on. It's not worth fighting with it because it's just a cheap little toy anyway. And you could fold this thing down and plug it in if you want to. But anyway, I got my little adapter over here with my 110 or 120, whatever. The 220 is right here. I'm going to do the 110 first because that's what this little thing is most likely going to be used for. You're going to use it with an extension cord and drag it out in a driveway or something and tack up something on a trailer or a lawnmower or whatever. It's not what you would normally use in a welding shop like these big machines I got in here. In fact, the stick welder I got in this shop is this big old beast down here, and it weighs about 300 pounds. So this is just to be a real lightweight, handy little thing that you can just tote with you. It doesn't weigh anything. Plug it into an extension cord, and you can weld. These 3 30-second rods is what it comes with. They're 6013s. I'm gonna run them on an electrode negative, which means I put my ground clamp, my work clamp, on the positive hole, and then I plug my electrode or my stinger, plug that here into the negative, and that's what most of your stick welding is going to be for the most part. So I got a little piece of scrap here. It's about an eighth of an inch, or a little better than an eighth of an inch thick. It might be 5 30-seconds. I don't think it's quite that much, but it's in that neighborhood. If you want to use this little hood they give you, you'll have to hold that with one hand. And I'll try it. I'll see if I can weld with this. Otherwise, I'd grab one of my hoods from the that I use here in the shop. So let's try it out with the 110. Let's turn this thing on and see what it does. Oh, the on switch is in the back. We're plugged into 110. And it automatically knows we're on 110. It says so next to that green light. You probably can't see it, but if I put my finger over the green light, it's pretty bright. You'll be able to see the 110 there, and then the 220 would be on the bottom one. This thing goes up to 160 amps on the 110. I don't know if it'll actually pump out that much, but let's turn it down for this rod here. Let's turn it down to about 50, and then I'll put this clamp on here. And by the way, the wire going to this ground is only about, it doesn't have a regular wire gauge, an AWG wire size stamped. It's got some kind of a metric number on it, because it's all from China. So but it looks like it's somewhere between an 8 gauge and a 6 gauge. It's not the 2 and 3 gauge that I use on my welders normally, but see, this is just a small, lightweight machine for simple, quick little jobs. Let me find a way to clamp this on here without having to get a C-clamp to hold the vise. Okay, here we go, and I'm going to try to use this thing here that they got instead of one of my regular masks. I think I'd like just a little more heat than that, but I'm going to chip that and see what we got. And turn that up to 70. Now I'll just go with 60. Do a little bit more at 60. And then I'll turn it up to 70. See how it does there. I like to let that cool till at least till the orange light burns out on it. That's probably the best looking weld there, the higher amperage. Now let's plug it into 220 and see what it does. Okay, we're plugged into 220, and it's still the same range, goes from 30 to 160. We're running a little hot now. I'm going to turn this down to 60 amps. Now I'm going to go down to 50. Here's our 220 light there. I think the 220 welds better than the 110 on this machine, and I've had other machines that I've tested, and it wasn't like that. This one's a little bit different, but the 220 does seem to look a little bit better to me. This was our higher amp that seemed to be a little too high. I think that was 70 amps, 60 amps here on this one, and then 50 amps on this one. Well, 50 amps on my first one, you can't see it now because it's got smoke dust on it. It wasn't real good. It was just sitting too high. It didn't get enough penetration, didn't flatten out like I wanted it to. These 110s, they don't flatten out. They need more amperage, so I don't know what's up with this machine. It just, you get better penetration and a better bead with the 220, but I think if you turn your heat up just a little bit on the 110, that it's going to do just fine. It's still not going to flatten out quite as nice as the 220, but there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, for the price, my goodness, it's just a quick, simple little machine to do quick, simple little repairs off of a 120 extension cord out in the driveway or something. You can probably run it off of a power inverter, a decent sized power inverter off of a car or a truck out in the field as well. So I think it's a fine little machine for the price, and it's this Sefaspe is how I think it might be pronounced. And it doesn't weigh anything. Look here, my arm fully extended, it just doesn't weigh anything. It's plugged into 220 right now, and I think that runs just a little bit better. Alright, well, thank you for watching.